Hello, good morning.
Oh, good morning. Happy birthday, Alonzo.
Yeah, happy birthday, Alonzo.
It's too early.
It is too early, and we're glad you're here.
This is the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan.
And I watched Mortal Kombat this weekend.
I haven't watched it yet.
10 minutes into Mortal Kombat, you find out the main character has a birthmark in the shape of the logo for Mortal Kombat, and that's how you know he's destined to Mortal Kombat.
Of course.
It's a perfect Mortal Kombat dragon logo. You had something on your... We got it. Also, there's a part in Mortal Kombat where they go to a temple to practice elemental magic. And Liu Kang is like, I have fire, and Raiden has lightning, and they practice to bring out their elemental magic, and Jackson Kano's element is robot. They find out that the two of them find out that they have robot magic.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Jax's robot arms turned into better robot arms because magic. It's very good. There's a lot of Kung Lao. There's a lot of Kung Lao, and he's constantly throwing his boomerang knife hat, and it's very good. And you can tell at some point the gentleman who plays Kung Lao definitely worked at a Zoomies or a Jamba Juice. Like, he definitely has that vibe to him. Anyway, Mortal Kombat is a very good movie.
Out of 10, what would you give it?
10.
Wow.
10 combats out of combat.
Yeah, how many mortals out of combat?
There was a lot of death. So, pretty mortal.
All right.
Pretty
there you
mortal.
have it, everybody. I have not watched Mortal Kombat yet. It's on my list, but I missed all of my friends' little virtual watch parties that they were having over the weekend. And I'm not sure it's one I'm going to sit down and watch alone.
Don't watch Mortal Kombat alone.
I don't think it is.
I watched Mortal Kombat alone, and I was just like... I had so many things to say and no one to say them to.
I know, you were texting me.
Yeah.
Oops.
I had to. There was so much dumbness going on in the Mortal Kombat. It's good, though. It's good.
Could have waited for me. I could have watched a Mortal Kombat and had things to say.
It tastes like the wrong mug. It tastes like you switched mugs.
Anyways, hey, let's talk about games.
Let's talk about games.
Baby, let's talk about...
First, listen. They pull us back in.
They do. Look, we need news to survive.
We have to. We turn news into life-giving chlorophyll.
Right. For just one news a day.
It's called photosynthesis, and it's real, and read a book.
For just one news a day, you can feed Saige and Anthony. But anyways.
So last week, CD Projekt Red published their earnings report, which covered the entirety of its business, including Cyberpunk 77.
Of course, naturally. You know the game.
Can we just say, if you end your game in a 70 anything, it's probably bad. It's a curse. You can't fall out. You can't fall out 76.
You can't Cyberpunk. Okay, 2077.
Madden 77 was the worst Madden.
How many other games got to 7? I'm trying to think of any other games that have a...
NHL 77 was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But here's what's up.
So what's up?
Last week, they said that they got 30,000 refund requests, and it ended up costing them $2.23 million. Mm-hmm. And if you'll remember, we said that number seems wrong. That seems like it's only a specific... It seems like it's only refunds that they're handling.
Yeah, maybe it was the ones that went directly through CD Projekt Red and not through Steam or something like that. Because it does seem like a few more people ask for refunds for their broken game.
And it turns out that is true. That is the number of refunds that came through CD Projekt Red's Help Me Refund site. It turns out the total number of refunds, or the total amount of money of refunds, is not the 2.1 million or the 2.23 million that they said. They were just a little off. It's actually not $2 million. It's $51.2 million.
Oh, just by a little bit.
Do you know what happened is the thumb was covering the 51, and all they saw was the 0.2, and they thought, $2 million.
$2 million.
It's $51.2 million is the real cost of refunds in 2020. Of course, CD Projekt Red didn't say that. They said those expenses are provisions for returns and expected adjustments of licensing reports related to the sales of Cyberpunk 2077 in its release window, Q4 2020. Sneaky.
That was real sneaky of them. Anthony, I'm struggling with this. I had so much faith and trust in CD Projekt Red. I cannot believe they would lie to me.
It is odd that CD Projekt Red, who we trust implicitly with our lives, especially regarding Cyberpunk 2077,
would do a lie
to us. They would do a lie to us. This is the company that pays their employees in bonus tokens. How could they?
How could they, Anthony? How?
You can trade them in at the company store for oats.
Yep. And you can get little keychains that say Cyberpunk.
Say, I survived the Cyberpunk 2077 crunch.
They have T-shirts that say, I survived the Cyberpunk 2077 crunch, and all I got was this stupid T-shirt.
Yeah, except those T-shirts just fall apart. Yeah. They really cheaped out on those T-shirts.
Yeah, your skin, your like body parts just clip through them.
So yeah, is there a world? Can we talk about this for a moment? Is there a world, do we think? Are they even going to work on it? Do you think, is there a world where they make Cyberpunk 2077 into a good game?
Yes. Okay, I had this conversation recently with somebody. I think that they will continue to improve the game, but I see a Battlefront 2 scenario where even the people who say that they'll come back to it if the things are done are not going to come back to the game, and the game is dead. I don't see a world in where the game gets better and it gets popular. It was the same thing that happened with Fallout 76. Fallout 76 did improve greatly after launch, but the damage was done, and most people didn't come back to Fallout 76. And the few that did were like, hell yeah, I love this. This is cool now.
Yeah, somebody, Lee Green Griffin in the live studio audience says, no world in which it reaches No Man's Sky status. That's how we should think about it. Can this game No Man's Sky?
Yeah, can it Sea of Thieves?
Can it Sea of Thieves? And I think, like, no, just because the trick with No Man's Sky and Sea of Thieves is once they were fixed, it took almost nothing to check out if they were fixed.
Yeah.
Because No Man's Sky is a jump right in and start surviving game.
Yep.
Sea of Thieves is a multiplayer game, so you jump in, you play around, you see if it's fixed. The problem with Cyberpunk is if they fixed Cyberpunk to the point that I would want it to be fixed, I mean, I would imagine my save would no longer work, and I'm like 14 hours into the game, 10 to 15 hours into the game, and there's no way I'm doing that again.
And I think there's a couple of things. Sea of Thieves, for instance, you have one friend jumps in, you're asking all of your friends to jump in and play with you, and you're like, oh shit, the game's better. I need friends to play with. And with both of those games, with No Man's Sky and with Sea of Thieves, they didn't get the bad press that Cyberpunk got. No
Man's Sky sort of did.
No Man's Sky got Cyberpunk level.
Maybe not Cyberpunk, but No Man's Sky was a pretty big backlash. But
hard to touch this level of backlash.
Yeah, because now
and Sea of Thieves definitely didn't.
Did you see? I retweeted. Somebody was like, back in 2018. Somebody said something. They responded to a tweet that Cyberpunk did, where they were like,
"Will there be memes?
Will there be memes?" And then Cyberpunk responded, "The whole game is a meme." And I retweeted that yesterday. They had no idea. The whole game really is a meme now. We're memeing, baby. We're memeing. Did any of y'all play through the CD Projekt Red game? Did you play through the Cyberpunk? Anybody?
Did you do it?
Nobody did it.
Nobody went all the way through, right?
Nobody did it.
No way. I don't know anyone that did. I have a couple of friends that are like, yeah, I plan on jumping back in when it's done, but I think by then so many other games will have popped up and been so much better that it's pointless. But hey, here's a game that has numbers that didn't lie to you. It doesn't want to lie to you. It just wants to help you discover the meaning of love.
Whoa.
Yeah, you see, you're picking up what I'm putting down. Oh, loudly picking it up. Picking up what I'm putting down so loud.
Calm
That
down.
is It Takes Two, which has sold over 1 million copies already.
A Way Out Romantic Cutie Edition.
Oh, I played a good bit of this, and I'm going to be getting back into it, and it is delightful. It is such a good game. It is so much fun. It is a platformer that doesn't make me want to die because the mechanics are fun and logical, and the puzzles are like easy enough that you can like converse and play with a friend while you do them.
It looks cute.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. I didn't get to ride spiders yet. I see them riding spiders. Fuck, I can't wait to ride spiders.
You just ride a fucking
I can't wait to ride a
spider.
spider. That's so exciting. So they have sold over 1 million copies already and are still going strong while thanking players for the love you have shown our game.
Now, this game was made by Joseph Fares, who you might remember as the controversial director of A Way Out, who at the Video Game Awards said "fuck the Oscars." He was that boy, and he tweeted after the announcement that they made that they sold 1 million copies.
Mm-hmm.
This shows that there definitely are players that want to play co-op only games.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone,
Please.
and I hope we see more games like this.
I do too. I love co-op games.
I love a good co-op game.
When I think about it, and if I really boil down the thing that I love the most in gaming, I think it is co-op gaming. Like, I think that is when I like, when I feel the most like, fuck, I love games, is a good co-op game.
Games... So I do enjoy escaping into a single player game. I really do.
Yeah.
But we forget that sometimes the entire origin of games is just humans trying to be social.
Yeah.
Games are good when you play with people, as long as those people aren't strangers.
Yeah.
And the game is not a squad shooter that you have to play with strangers. Right. But a co-op game is, I mean, even, you know, we always say, this is our official stance on this show.
Yeah.
The MMO that you get into is the one that your friends are on.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
The MMO that you are most likely to get into and that you will stick with for years is just whichever one your friends are on.
Yeah.
Because they're all basically the same.
Right.
Co-op games. Think about doing more co-op games. He said, you remember when he got on the VGAs and he said, fuck the Oscars?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Oscars were last night?
I didn't until we were going live.
I literally didn't until yesterday evening. We were about to do OTOTI, and I was like, oh, the Oscars are happening.
Right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Movies happened.
Did anyone see any movies?
I didn't really. Movies. I don't know. I
didn't really movies.
I didn't really movies much. I don't know. It all blends together. I did see Mortal Kombat.
That's important. Was not nominated.
Sonya Blade has an area underneath her house that she can crawl around in to secretly knife people in the ankle. Think about having one of those installed. That's just a safety tip.
That's kind of awesome. Not gonna lie.
I want to talk about a couple Konami news.
Tell me a couple Konami news.
First of all, we might be getting a Metal Gear Solid remake.
Oh my, how very exciting. Tell us, what makes you think that?
Well, David Hayter, the voice of Snake, was on a podcast and was talking about how he got a text message from somebody in industry, somebody connected to all of this Metal Gear, that said a remake might be coming. Kind of interesting, but that's not all. If that were all, I would still say, okay, then that probably means they're working on one.
Yeah.
But there's also a mystery Twitter account that has popped up.
Yes.
That people believe, okay, here we go. Let's just show. This is a Twitter account by the name of Tom Olson. Now, Tom Olson tweeted this with, I don't remember putting this online. Where is this? Do you know where this is? Do you know where this is, boys and girls? Can you say?
Is this an ARG? A little bit.
So this is an account that claims to be an employee at Big Shell who's just taking clips of his day at Big Shell. Kind of interesting.
It is kind of an ARG. It's one of those promotion ones, but I'm okay with it. It's cute.
Now here he is, and somebody tweeted at him, "Ride the conveyor belt." So he does it. And he gets into the box. Now, this could just be an account that's having fun.
And if they are, good for them.
This could just be
This is fun.
Yeah, this could just be an account that's like, I don't know, what if I was a person who worked in one of these places where Metal Gear was happening?
Right.
You know, sort of like a what do stormtroopers do all day?
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing. But it does seem interesting that this account started just as these rumors started swirling around.
It is interesting timing. And, like, these are pretty well made.
They're pretty well made. They're pretty well made. It would take some hacking.
Yeah.
And it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility that this is just somebody who's hacking around in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Hacking around.
He's just hacking around. But something that's kind of interesting is that recently Konami sort of loosened up their opinion on farming out remakes.
Mm-hmm.
They said previously, we're never gonna Sony uses Blue Point Games for a lot of their remakes.
Yeah.
Konami previously said we're not going to do that. But Konami also previously said we're going to make video games.
So plans might have changed, is what we're saying.
What we're saying is
Plans change.
At this point, like, we know that Konami started looking very, very critically at the bottom line, the cost both in time and money, the ROI on making video games. That's what led to Hideo Kojima leaving. Mm-hmm. But making a remake is as easy as farming out a third-party team and letting them work on it.
It could be.
It seems like it's very in line with Konami's new philosophy. You know?
It could be.
It could be. It could be.
How very interesting. And hey, you know what? There's one more piece from Konami.
Speaking of how Konami used to make video games.
The Konami Code celebrates its 35th anniversary today. And how did they celebrate? Well,
in a way that makes perfect sense to me.
They released their own lo-fi hip-hop to chill, study, relax to on YouTube.
I'm just going to play a little bit.
Okay.
Just the opening of Gradius.
Okay, that's enough. Cut the audio. I did it. They can't hear it. They just see you dancing, just, you know.
Oh, you're missing
probably,
it.
I mean, maybe picking up a little
Ooh,
from your
you're missing it. Mm-hmm. It's good.
It's very good, and there's 33 minutes of it.
They picked some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They picked some good stuff. I think it's very interesting to do a Konami mix and not include any Castlevania music.
That is interesting.
But that's okay. They've got the beginning of history, which is the Gradius opening. They've got Machi from Ganbare Goman, the Mystical Ninja series. They've got the theme from Yi Are Kung Fu. They've got the little town music from Twinbee.
Yeah.
I love Twinbee. It's very good. It's very good. Then a song from Salamander, and then they close it up with Challenger 1985, which is from Gradius as well. The Konami Code, I did not know this. Do you know why the Konami Code exists?
Why?
One of the developers of Gradius had to play test it, but couldn't get through it because it was too hard. couldn't beat the game. And so he created the Konami Code so you could pause Gradius and he could put in the code at any time to give himself enough lives to play test the game.
Oh, that's funny.
And that became the Konami Code.
Wow.
There you go.
Nobody ever released Beats to Have Anxiety to, and that doesn't seem fair. It's supposed to be the opposite. It's like you do have anxiety to it. We listen to lo-fi beats to chill because we are not chill.
Yeah, I feel like hardcore EDM or hardcore techno was Beats to Have Anxiety to. The kind of like
it's house music.
Like hard house music. Yeah.
House music is Beats to Have Anxiety to for me.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah.
Oof. I play a lot of lo-fi hip hop.
Yes, he does.
I play so much lo-fi hip hop.
Always.
It's just great background music. You just put it on and you live your life and it's good,
Yes.
I love it.
I only started listening to the lo-fi hip hop ones when you weren't around. If they are, I'll listen to an Animal Crossing one. And then there were a couple of Halloween ones that they did that were really, really good on YouTube. There were like lo-fi hip hop beats for ghosts.
Yeah, only for ghosts.
Yeah. It was like only for ghosts, and there's only for witches, and those were pretty good. Or I listened to an Avatar one or an Animal Crossing one.
There are a lot of good Nintendo ones.
There are a lot of good Nintendo
There's some good Zelda ones. There's some good Animal Crossing ones. And then you get into a whole world, this whole YouTube world of like chill beats, rainy day music on a rainy day, but the rain is in another room, or the music is in another room. Then you get into rain, no thunders. Because some people don't like thunders.
I love thunders.
I love thunders. I look for extra thunders.
Yes.
You ever look up lo-fi beats only for ghosts, extra thunders?
I'll have to check it out, see if that's an option.
It's very good. There's a channel that I just started following. It's all oldies in another room while it's raining out. And so it's like old like 30s and 40s like music.
Playing on like a hi-fi in another room.
In another room, and it's scratchy and whatever, but it sounds muffled, and then it's raining.
Yep. Yeah, that's good. I never listen to straight lo-fi. It always has to be themed.
I'll listen to some straight lo-fi.
You listen to a lot of straight lo-fi.
I'll listen to some lo-fi.
I don't like lo-fi by itself as a genre. It's not my genre. It has to be like, oh, this is a chill version of Avatar music for me.
Gotcha.
And it's just while I'm working. That's
now you got a Konami one to add to the playlist.
I certainly will. Hey, while we're talking about a little bit of nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Let's talk about Pokemon Snap.
Okay, there's a new one coming.
There is a new Pokemon Snap coming, and we are very excited for it. And let's see, what do they have initially? The lentil region.
You should get 2 servings of lentil region every day because it's a lean protein.
Oh God, are we gonna have to sign in to show it to him?
Yeah, don't worry.
I don't want to sign in.
I'm gonna sign in.
Yeah, Anthony, you sign in.
I'll sign in and you tell him.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm having difficulties over here. So, they released an early adventure, which is the lentil region, and I haven't actually gotten in to check it out yet. There's only so much I can tell them.
Okay. Well, this is a highly interactive, cutie little website for the lentil region that tells us a lot about Pokemon Snap. You can click on the little map to get points of interest here. It's explorelentil.pokemon.com. And when you click on these different little bits, you get special little clips.
Give them audio.
Pristine sands and pastel tones make for a serene shoreline. And then once you're in there, you can find out all kinds of new stuff. Look at this. You can look at this. You may find a Raichu surfing. And then you got to take a picture of this surfing Raichu.
Yes. How long do you think you'll play Pokemon Snap for when it comes out?
3 days. I think I'm really hyped for it.
Same.
I'm super, super excited.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like I can't live without it in my life.
Same.
And I will be done with it within a week.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Does that make sense, everybody? Do you get what I'm saying here? I can't imagine. I mean, who knows? Maybe they will have a way that will make it keep my attention for much longer. I do love a photo mode.
Yes, you do.
We know that. And it does look like you're going to be able to edit your photos quite a bit. So if you go here into the photo decks and album section, first of all, let's talk about the Illumina phenomenon. The Illuminati are in Pokemon now.
The Illuminamina.
The Illumina. But this is the Lentil region. There's a strange occurrence called Illumina where the Pokemans can glow at night. And it's going to make for some pretty photos.
So you were saying unless they have something to keep me invested. Now, I have something that I think will keep me invested, and it's that little printer. I'm going to be honest with you. Having that little printer and having the ability to decorate a wall with little Pokemon Polaroids actually might do it for me.
Well, just in case that's not enough, they have added a legit full photo mode.
Yeah.
To the Snap this time.
I love it.
You can add filters, you can add captions, you can add anything that you can add in any really good photo mode in any other game. You can add in Pokemon Snap, including little stickers.
Cute.
Would you find a Spidey?
I found a spider.
Would you find a Spidey?
So if you go to nighttime, it shows you the areas that are different at night.
Mm-hmm.
This one's got a spider.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
It's pretty good. Not going to lie. I like it a lot. We're just going to play around on this for the rest of the show.
Yeah, we're just
going to be us poking around.
There's a thing I'm trying to do. Don't worry. I'm going to do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, you just keep them occupied with Pokemans.
Look at him doing a little howl. Oh, cute. It's very cute. They also give you like little trivia questions in the middle sometimes. It'll be like, how many evolved forms does this one have? When you click on stuff. Magikarp? What you doing, bud? You're looking like a bit of a fool.
Like a goddamn fool. You look like a ding-dang
That
fool.
Illumina orb sure surprised that Magikarp who was sleeping on a rock. Watch what it does as it hops back in the water. It makes for a good photo. You can catch it like doing its little floppy fish thing.
Doing a little floppy fish thing.
But can you cuddle the Pokemon? It appears that you cannot cuddle the Pokemans as much as I would love to cuddle the Pokemans. Yo, if they put out a game where you could just cuddle Pokemon, I'm telling you, give me Nintendogs with Pokemon. Give me an extra small side game where I just get to care for and spend time with my Pokemon. Because look, I'm not going to lie to you. Huge Pokemon fan. Love to battle. But I do feel a little guilty about it.
Yeah.
I am that person who feels a little guilty about it. And like at the end of battles starting, I want to say it started at Sun and Moon where you could like pet your Pokemon after. I'm trying to remember if it started before that. If it was like, okay, do you want to show them what we're doing? All right.
There's a little place on the Explore Lental site.
We did it. We took a cute photo.
Do we not get to change things about it?
Don't get to do a damn thing to it. You didn't even save it.
All right.
I keep it forever.
That's all we get?
That's it.
All right.
That was a lot to get that.
It was. I thought there were going to be little things that you could do.
Little stickers and stuff,
little
but
stickies
no. But absolutely not.
Things.
Anyways, I want a whole thing where I just get to like care for them. So like we go out and we battle and I want the same Pokemon that I have caught. I want a little extra thing where we can just like feed and care for. I know you can give them snacks and shit and like they did add little pieces of it. I want a whole area where I'm just
cute and
cuddling and hugging.
Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee where you could pet them and stuff.
Yeah,
and
they had that
dress them up.
They started that at Sun and Moon. I don't think
cute.
you could dress them up in Sun and Moon.
But yeah, I just want to raise them. I just want to raise them and be friends with them. That's all. I don't want to put them in harm's way. I don't send my dog out to fight other dogs. That's not cool.
Because he'd lose.
Very tough dog. Sleeping in bed.
Curled up in his little dog bed, being all fluffy.
Very tough motorcycle dog.
Not a motorcycle dog.
Rides on a big motorcycle.
Neither of you ride a motorcycle.
Like a huge motorcycle.
That is incorrect.
I don't know. It has 2 wheels and an engine. Probably motorcycle. In continued nostalgia.
Yeah.
Do you remember PlayStation Home?
Probably I do.
Not.
No, I remember
You remember
PlayStation Home. Absolutely.
I thought you weren't a big PlayStation person.
I had the first couple. I just didn't. Once it split off, I split into Xbox at like Xbox 360.
Gotcha. PlayStation Home was a pretty cool thing that was just a little ahead of its time. I'll tell you what, if PlayStation Home existed last year during the Athlete's Foot, so many people would have been in PlayStation Home.
Oh, 100%. We'd have all been hanging out in PlayStation Home.
It's such a precursor to things like VR chat and big screen and all these things that people are doing now. It was just this really wonderful sort of like online community in PlayStation that had...
It's a gathering place.
Yeah, it had games you could play. It had places you could watch stuff. You could create your avatar. You could create a little apartment for yourself. It was pretty intensely good.
Yeah.
But PlayStation closed it down because it was expensive.
Yeah.
And not as many people were using it. It was just a little ahead of its time, I think. And so do a lot of other people who are making Dreams Central. Dreams Central is a remake of PlayStation Home.
Yes.
Entirely in Dreams.
And it looks so good.
Like,
skip around in this a little bit.
It's wild how much they've been able to do. That is a recreation of Home.
They were talking about it, and they were like, when PlayStation Home went away, it just left a little bit of a void in the community. It's not only a recreation of it, but it looks a little nicer. It's an upscaled, like, modern...
Yeah, like you can tell they can add atmospheric effects and things like that now because it's not on the PS3, it's on the PS4 and 5, and the bowling alley is back. Bowling was a big deal. They are adding a pool, air hockey, bowling, a cinema, and then social spaces like the beach and the skate park. They're also planning on adding interactive roller coasters, bumper cars, mini golf, escape rooms, carnival games, and more. They are building out the world and the game functionality now.
Yeah. I'm going to play this.
Anticipation of the multiplayer stuff that's coming to Dreams next year.
Yeah.
So the idea is by the time Dreams adds in multiplayer, all of Home and its interactivity will already be built and ready to go.
Brilliant. I think that that's phenomenal. And though I didn't really play, I have seen and I was familiar with and I was aware of Home. So I think that's very, very cool. I really am looking forward to that. I love things like this. I really do. I mean, look, I spend a lot of time lately in VR. So little gathering spaces,
yeah. And
would
of course,
love it.
Media Molecule is planning on adding VR to Dreams.
Yes.
Because PlayStation VR exists. So
maybe we'll get a VR version of this. They said, we aim to do something similar to the initial concept and act as a stepping stone to the metaverse. Games like Planet Coaster, the Urbz, Jet Set Radio.
Wait, the Urbz?
Thrillville,
Sims in the City?
And Splatoon also inspired us along the way. Look, they're going to give you elements of all these games that we love. Every game that you and I love is on this list.
Specifically the Urbz, Sims in the City.
I love that game. It's the worst.
Of course, we talked a little bit, I think we mentioned this on the show. There was a complete recreation of Jet Set Radio and VR chat recently, where you can literally just play Jet Set Radio with people in VR. God, for some reason, I remember this cover more than anything.
Yeah, right?
And I think it's just because, like, they were like, wait, we've got to put the Sims in the city now. What does Sims look like in the city? fucking tattoos and no sleeves. That's what they look like. Because they're tough
right.
now. Keep your hood up at all times. You're in the city now, Sims. Ostensibly, some of these game developers lived in a city while they were making this game.
Not one?
Not a single one.
Not one. Never even visited. And what is the city, right? There are different areas of it that were very different, but there were areas of it that were much more like Japanese inspired.
Yeah.
There were areas that were much more like, we're trying to give you a piece of Tokyo. But it's not in Tokyo. It definitely is like a little Tokyo.
Somebody mentioned Hakasta in the live studio audience says, wait, no belly button? No, because if a character is shirtless and has a belly button, you are much more likely to go from rated E to everyone to rated E10 or rated teen.
This is rated T for teen already. Yeah.
Then put that belly button in. I paid
It looks
my money.
like there's like a slight indent.
I paid my money. I want my belly button. I want that hot belly button action.
Look, I paid T for teen.
I paid that T for teen money, baby. We have the weird Irish coffee mug is back.
It's a tip jar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's back.
Yes. It's a tip jar.
Confuses me. Confuses and distracts me. I'm always like, I turn into like a kitten with a laser pointer. There it goes. What is that?
Tip.
What is it?
Tip.
What does every marble represent?
Follows, subscribes, and tips.
But sometimes it empties out.
Yeah, when we go between the scenes, it drops them back in.
He who walks between the rows?
Yeah.
Anyway, if you like the Urbz and you like
Those things. You have to have every one of those things.
But only if you have to want every one of those things. Otherwise, your heart is not pure enough and you will not be allowed in.
It's true.
Sorry.
Yep.
Speaking of people with pure hearts, how about that Humble Bundle, right?
We love Bundle.
We love the Humble Bundle, right? It's a good thing. They put together a spicy bundle of games or comics or whatever, and they say, hey, pay what you want to get these, and then decide out of what you pay how much goes to the charity, how much goes to the developers. You can even decide how much goes to Humble.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice of them?
Yeah.
That's lovely. They're taking that away.
Oh.
Now, they're going to be limiting the charitable portion of your donation to any Humble Bundle to 15% total. So you know how they gate off all of the things in the bundle? Like, oh, pay $10 and you get this. Pay $15 and you get this. Pay $60 and you get this. And you could decide previously, yeah, I want to give all 60 of that $60 to charity. Or I think you could go up to 90% or so. You had to give like a little to the developer. I forget what it is. But now, Humble is saying the most you can give is 15%. What is that? The whole point of Humble Bundle is the charity part.
Yeah, otherwise I would just buy my games on Steam.
Yeah, otherwise, yeah, Steam's got bundles.
Yeah.
Other places got bundles.
Itch.io got bundles.
Itch got bundles, and they say, we'll give it all to charity.
Mm-hmm.
But this is emblematic of what Humble's been doing for the last few years. They're really trying to move to being a developer, distributor, publisher. They're trying to run their own storefront. You know, there have been games released under the Humble banner over the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do.
A lot of people in the live studio audience are talking about the IGN acquisition and saying it's IGN's fault. Maybe,
or maybe this was a long-term plan no matter what.
Right. Maybe this is what made them sell. I don't know.
Hard to say.
It is.
Yeah, now it's just bundle.
You get your game on bundle?
Yeah, did you get that bundle of games on Game Bundle?
I hate that.
You can get your gamer grub and start eating your gamer grub and get your game bundle.
No, thank you. We said the word bundle enough for it to be uncomfortable.
Bundle.
It's now an ick word for me. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. It's kind of a bummer, and I will say that there's been a lot of outrage about this since it was announced, obviously. I mean, look, company gonna do what company gonna do. And the best thing to... Now there are other symbols falling into the Irish coffee that aren't the symbols that fell into it before. Are they emotes? Can you throw emotes into the Irish coffee?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Lauren threw bit emotes in there for distraction.
I just... You know what's funny is they're talking in chat about how they did it on purpose to distract me, and it worked. I don't understand. Okay. I'm frustrated by so many things right now.
Do you want me to turn the tip jar off?
I don't know. A company's going to do what a company's going to do.
A company is going to do what a company is going to do.
And I mean, what I hope this doesn't turn into is one of those things where people express their outrage and then Humble releases a really good bundle and everybody buys it anyway.
Yeah, right.
At 15% charity at the most.
Yeah.
I hope that's not what everybody does.
Right.
I hope everybody goes, I think the next time Humble releases a bundle, if they keep these limits in play, if Humble releases a bundle, we look at the charity that they're giving the money to, and then we just make donations to that charity. That
and we tag Humble Bundle while we in our screenshots to
Yeah.
show them they did not have any of the money.
Sorry, Humble. I wanted to give $20 to charity, and you would only let me give $5. Sorry.
Oopsie.
Oopsie doopsie.
Hey, let's talk about a piece of good news.
Humble did a fucky wucky.
I'd love to. I'd love to talk about a piece of good news.
Oh, yeah.
Look, the Oscars didn't matter. Except for the moment that they did.
Chloe Zhao. Second woman of all time to win an Oscar for directing. First woman of color to win an Oscar for directing. Of course, the only other woman to win an Oscar for directing was Catherine Bigelow for Zero Dark 30. And the Oscars have been around since 1929. So this is a very big deal.
How fucked up is that? Like, this is a piece of good news. Hell yeah. Let's celebrate Chloe Zhao. Yes. But could you believe? Jeez, it's 1929.
However, there were two women nominated for Best Director this year. It was Chloe Zhao and Emerald Farrell, who was the writer-director of Promising Young Woman. She did win for Best Screenplay, which is also a category that traditionally not many women have won. Since the first Oscars in 1929, there have only been 7 women nominated for Best Director. Lena Wertmuller for Seven Beauties, Jane Campion for The Piano. And let me tell you something. There's a big gap between Seven Beauties and The Piano. Sofia Coppola for Lost in Translation. Catherine Bigelow for Hurt Locker. Chloe Zhao. And Emerald Farrell.
That's it. That's all of them. That's the whole list. We were able to tell you the whole list.
So there you go. But this is a huge award. Of course, Catherine Bigelow won for Zero Dark 30 back in 2010. So it's been 11 years since the last time a woman has won the Oscar.
Yeah.
This is huge.
I watched Nomadland at a drive-in, and it was great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good drive-in movie?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Terrible movie for a drive-in.
Movie.
I didn't know what it was. It was what was playing. But it was a very good movie. Very bad drive-in vibe.
I believe that.
It is not the mood for like, haha, people are going to come to my window with snacks. And you're just like, oh, okay. Uh-oh. It's very unique. It has this like strange where you're like, what? How much of this is documentary? It's cool.
Yeah.
They did something cool and different with it, no doubt. But it's
I'm excited because of course Frances McDormand also won for Best Actor, for Best Actress, which gives her in Nomadland.
It was all Best Actor. Actor is a gender neutral term.
I know, but not in the categories. Unfortunately, the category is Best Actress, and it was Frances McDormand.
Actor does not belong to men.
And but I mean, like,
stop gendering performers.
Not to be devil's advocate, but if they took away Best Actress,
no women would get nominated.
So Frances McDormand won. It's her third win. She is close to reaching Katharine Hepburn's record. I think Katharine Hepburn has 4 or 5. So she might be on track to become the greatest actor in history. Think about that.
Stop gendering categories.
The other thing that was kind of fun about the Oscars is Anthony Hopkins didn't show up to win Best Actor.
Hell yeah.
I think he thought that
Chadwick
Boseman was going to get it.
Yeah, so everyone did.
He just didn't show up.
Yeah. Apparently, they had rearranged the entire show to put it at the end, thinking that they were going to give it to Chadwick Boseman, and there was a bunch of controversy around that.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about the Oscars to have a commentary on that.
There were a lot of people that were saying this has got to be a La La Land situation. La La Land was trending.
That's funny.
I did a tweet that I was very proud of during the Oscars. I sent it to you.
The Mank one?
The Mank one.
Yeah.
Can I show my tweet?
You can show your tweet.
Thank you. Because, of course, Mank was nominated for a lot of Oscars. Mank was a movie about the writer of Citizen Kane. And
I didn't see it.
I mean, very few people did. But a lot of people...
Clearly, a lot of people didn't see it.
I immediately saw this a few times. What is a Mank? And so I answered, a miserable little pile of secrets. Up high, everybody. Up high. I fucking did it. I feel good about that tweet.
Yes, he does.
I also want to mention Julia Alexander, our friend Loudmouth Julia, previously of The Verge and now over at, I believe, IGN. She covers all the streaming things. She did a breakdown of the Oscar wins by studio and distributor. Biggest winner of Oscars this year is Netflix.
I mean, yeah, we were all at home for over a year.
So that's the thing, right? I think it's two things. I think, number one, we were all at home for the Athlete's Foot year, and a lot of movies had to go to streaming instead of theaters. But these are the movies that Netflix made themselves, which would have been at home anyway. But number two, I do think it's emblematic of the way things are changing. I think even once the Athlete's Foot is done, once we've all gotten our Tenactin, we are going to see more and more streaming and at-home films win Oscars. Yeah. For sure. Netflix won 7. Disney won 4. Warner Brothers 3. It was probably for Godzilla vs. Kong, Mortal Kombat, and Tom and Jerry, I think. Yeah. All won awards.
I thought all 3 would be Tom and Jerry, but yeah, I mean,
I expected Tom and Jerry to sweep.
Yeah.
Amazon got 2, Sony got 2, and then A24, currently my favorite studio, only got 1. Focus Features and Nordisk Film, the distributors of, I believe, Nomadland, each won 1. Respawn won for short documentary.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I didn't see that because I didn't watch the Oscars.
Oh no, I read about it afterwards.
Right.
Oh no. We don't watch the Oscars. No.
We only care about the Oscars when they give us they dangle a tiny bit of representation in front of us. Just a little smidge of it. They say you can have 1 representation as a treat.
Hold on to that representation. You're gonna need to redeem that.
Right.
There were a couple other big things in movies. One of them did happen during the Oscars. I forgot that this was happening until the trailer came out.
I also completely forgot this was happening.
Steven Spielberg is making West Side Story.
Hey, did y'all remember that Steven Spielberg... Like, I know there was an announcement previously, but did you remember that Steven Spielberg was making West Side Story?
I forgot. I knew that... So here's what's going on. This movie has been delayed for a year. What was supposed to happen was this movie was coming, In the Heights was supposed to beat it to the box office.
Yep.
So In the Heights wouldn't have to go up against West Side Story.
Yep.
It looks like they're both releasing around holiday this year now.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have 2 New York
Oh, God.
neighborhood
Ansel
musicals.
Elgort?
Yeah, it's Ansel Elgort as Tony. Yeah.
Fuck. Never mind.
Yeah, I know. I saw him and I was... So how do we feel about Ansel Elgort? How do we feel about the Baby Driver?
Actively anti-Ansel Elgort.
I
am a huge hater.
I always think maybe I don't like the Baby Driver. Is he also which one is he? Is he a Maze Runner? No, he's a Divergent.
He's a Divergent, and he's Augustus in The Fault in Our Stars, and he ruined that movie.
I did not watch The Fault in Our Stars. My apologies to the Vlog Brothers.
I was a teenage girl once. That book means a lot to me.
When I was a kid, The Fault in Our Stars was called The Perks of Being a Wallflower. So I saw the movie version of that one.
Right.
But no, I did not see the baby. Well, I saw the Baby Driver, and he was almost Han Solo too. He came in and read for Han Solo.
Oh, I know. When the rumors started, I was furious.
Every time I see him in something...
Ooh, if they had made him on, his face makes me angry.
So the Bear Jew in the live studio audience and Flannel Fries say he got a punchy face.
He just has a punchable face. He has one of those faces where he's just looking at you and you're like, stop doing that with your face.
So
and it is
he
just
does
his face.
have a look to him that is a little smarmy. You know what I mean? He's like that guy. He looks like that guy on The Circle that we hate.
Yeah.
If y'all are watching The Circle season 2, there's a guy who has a similar vibe where it's just like the tall nerd bro vibe. Mm-hmm. And that's what Ansel Elgort has. But every time I see him in something, I'm like, no, you're good. We're cool.
No, disagree. Every time I see him in something, I get viscerally angry. His face makes me just want to scream. It makes me so angry. It's the way he holds his face. It is not about the man's physical appearance, okay? Nothing to do with his natural physical appearance. It's the way he holds his face and the way that he delivers lines where he sounds like he is swallowing them. He said, "It would be an honor to have my heart broken by a Hazel Grace." And I said, "What?" It's the most important line in the movie, Anthony. It was the most important line in the movie.
Let's take a look at the rest of our cast here.
I also hate that it's Maddie Ziegler.
I don't know who that is either.
So Maddie Ziegler was a Dance Moms kid, but Maddie Ziegler, the reason I hate this, she was also the kid in all the Sia music videos.
Oh, she is the Sia music video.
So, right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But she also is the star of Sia's movie that she just did, Music, which is a horrific parody of autism, which Maddie Ziegler portrayed. And she said when interviewed about it, and like, look, Maddie's young. I think she's 18, but that's old enough to like know better and do better.
When they made Music, because Music was delayed and it was in production for a while, so she was what, 14 or 15 when they made? No,
it was not in production for that long. She was
okay. So she was 16 maybe at the most.
Okay.
I'm just putting that out there.
Right. But when asked like, well, did you do any research on it? She was like, yeah, I like YouTube searched like videos of autistic people.
Look, this is that to me sounds like a failing of a lot of the adults around her.
I agree. I do. But her portrayal was awful. So stop putting her in movies. She's not good at it.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out. For sure. She's Velma. Ansel Elgort, the Baby Driver, is of course Tony. Rachel Zegler is Maria. I don't know who that is. Look it up, Anthony. Look it up.
I want to say,
she's a noob. She's a 19-year-old from Hackensack. She was in the Shazam.
Okay, I was going to say she was in something.
She was in the Shazam, but she's a youth. Mm-hmm. She's a youth. Ariana DeBose is Anita. Just her eyes, though, according to Google. Just her eyes will be playing Anita. Rita Moreno, who can do no wrong.
Yes.
Valentina. I love the look of this guy who plays Riff. I love it. That guy's definitely Riff. Talia Ryder's just a jet. I fucking love that.
Okay.
You want to talk about representation? Anybody can be in a gang now. It's West Side Story 2021.
Okay.
Everyone can be in the gang.
Yeah.
Everyone can dance fight. Name a single person who can't dance fight if they want to dance fight.
Way more excited for In the Heights.
Yeah, well, I think In the Heights is...
That's going to be very good.
In the Heights is definitely more relevant because it was written to be more relevant to us now.
Yes.
It definitely deals with a lot more. And you know, you look at West Side Story and they have to make it a period piece. It has to be set in the 50s.
Yeah.
It has to be set in the 50s and 60s because there's no... It just is. In the Heights is definitely the story of Harlem now.
Yeah.
Which is sort of what Lin-Manuel Miranda was going for. He's like, let's make something that represents what's happening now.
Right.
How can we just have West Side Story? How can it just be two gangs fight and one of them, somebody gets a gun and that's the story?
Yeah.
No, there's more going on.
Right. I don't think that, and even as someone who grew up on West Side Story and really loved it as a kid.
Yeah, West Side Story's great.
I really loved West Side Story. I'm a big musical person. They're great. The
Pet Shop Boys have an excellent cover of Somewhere.
I don't feel like we needed a West Side Story remake.
No, the movie version of West Side Story is already wonderful.
Yeah.
The film is already great.
I think that putting something in that space was In the Heights, and that was all we needed. We needed an updated West Side Story, and that's cool, but In the Heights is good. Like, that's it. That's enough.
Yeah. I don't know. The two of them coming out. The two of them coming out at the same time is a little. It's going to be tricky.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see which one outperforms what, because you've definitely already got a built-in musical crowd for West Side Story, like a multi-generational crowd, and it's got Spielberg attached to it.
But as part of the musical nerd community of Los Angeles,
official card-carrying member,
we are all very excited and have been for years about In the Heights. It's one of those movies we've been waiting for years for. And like, you've got Lin-Manuel Miranda, which has the loyalty of every musical nerd on the planet. My guess is that In the Heights outperforms West Side Story. That's my guess.
It could be.
I would love to know your opinion in the live studio audience. I hope it does. It deserves
I like the Bear Jew in the live studio audience says, I just wonder how Spielberg will ruin West Side Story. And I love that that's where we are on the timeline.
Wow.
Ready Player One really did a number on Spielberg's sterling reputation.
Yeah.
Just fascinating. Fascinating.
Speaking of box office things, Demon Slayer. Which I am in the middle of watching, so nobody give me any spoilers.
So the Demon Slayer movie is now officially the highest grossing movie in the history of Japan. Beat out, I believe, Spirited Away, that's huge.
That's huge.
Huge to beat a Ghibli movie, to dethrone Ghibli in Japan. But Demon Slayer also opened in theaters. The Demon Slayer movie opened in theaters in the U.S. this past weekend. There are theaters open. Do not go to them. Opened to 19.2 million. 19.2 million, which makes Demon Slayer the highest grossing foreign language movie in American box office history.
Yes.
Hey, do you remember when Amelie won all those Oscars? It did not have a bigger opening weekend than Demon Slayer. Do you remember Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? It did not have as big an opening weekend as Demon Slayer, the movie.
Hell yeah.
That's wild.
And it's awesome.
It's so good.
I'm really loving Demon Slayer right now. I'm in a big... I haven't watched the movie yet because I got to get all caught up.
An important thing to note is, so number one was, of course, Mortal Kombat. The movie that is about Mortal Kombat.
Nailed it.
You should see that movie if you like the man with the boomerang hat. He's very good in it. Demon Slayer opened on 1,600 screens. Mortal Kombat opened on 3,000 screens. So there is a segment of people that is saying, hey, if Demon Slayer had had a wide opening, would it have beat Mortal Kombat? Could an anime film beat an American $50 million action movie at the box office in 2021? Speaking as somebody who goes and sees every G-Kids release in the theater and is just every time buys a ticket and is like, I'm going to go see the G-Kids movie.
Yes.
Like, I saw Promare twice in theaters.
Wow.
Before everything closed down. I want wide theater openings.
Yeah.
For anime.
Yes.
I want it.
Right.
And this shows that it could happen. Mortal Kombat only beat Demon Slayer by a few $1 million. And it opened on double the screens. Just saying.
Wow.
Just saying. Think about that, everybody.
What else do we got? Man, there's so many things. There's so many. We'll keep talking about movies.
We can keep talking about movies.
Yeah. I hate this one.
Love this.
All of the Fast and the Furious movies leading up to Fast 9 are going to be available to watch for free. They will be in theaters nationwide for free for Fast Fridays.
Fast family, we're going to the barbecue.
It will end on June 18th with the premiere of The Fate of the Furious.
Grab a Corona. Look at the look on this man's face. He's like, we're giving it all away for free.
They said the Fast films are all about family. And
I keep telling you that. I keep telling you it's
Universal
not about cars.
Wanted to find a way to thank our huge family of Fast fans around the country for their passion and loyalty over the past 20 years. Hey, say that 10 times fast.
20 years of Fast and Furious movies.
Fast films are about family. Want to thank the Fast fans for their...
One sock cutter, he cuts socks. Two sock cutters, they cut socks. Three sock cutters, they cut socks. Four sock cutters.
Oh.
Cut.
Uh-oh.
We got to 4.
There it is.
So basically, you can go to the Fast Friday website. The series is going to launch in 500 theaters, will be expanded to 900. This starts on April 30th and happens every weekend. There will be a different movie leading up to the premiere of Fast 9, of F9 on June 25th. You don't go to theaters.
Don't.
But, like, I don't know. This is a good thing that they're doing. But don't go to theaters.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
Lots of kittens said that they were vaccinated and double masked, and they went, and it was still very crowded.
Yeah, there were too many people. Listen, I'm not gonna give away my OPSEC here, but I live on a major intersection where there are lots of bars and restaurants and stuff, and it was brunch season yesterday, and it should not be yet.
It definitely should not be yet. So instead, I'll tell you about something you can watch from home.
Oh, no.
Let me just
double
check in our Discord here. Yes, this was posted by Bertaka Brett.
By the way, if you see something that you'd like us to talk about on the show, hit up that Discord.
Do it. Get in there.
We'll give you a shout out if we use the story. We'll throw an emoji in the Irish coffee for you.
Saturday Night Live announces that Elon Musk is going to be hosting with Miley Cyrus as a musical guest.
Well,
why? Why Elon Musk?
Well, number one, I do want to say no.
And number two, I just want to say why?
And number three, I do want to know who's the person that writes the index cards for the social posts that SNL puts up, because they have excellent penmanship.
I don't.
Do you think it's
that's real?
It is real, because look, the E's are different. That's not a font. Do you think it's the person who writes the cue cards? Maybe they get the cue card right. That's excellent penmanship. I would love to do that.
I still think they did it on a tablet, at least.
Oh.
I still think it's digital.
It might be, but somebody's got that handwriting.
Too good of a photo.
Somebody's got that handwriting.
Somebody's got that handwriting. Anyways, That is 100% a typeface. You can make a font out of
There
your
are two.
handwriting.
There are different S's. The E's are different. The S's are different.
I'm reading the live studio audience.
I know the M's are different. This
Yeah.
somebody wrote this. All three of those M's are different.
Anyways, y'all, stop simping for Elon Musk.
Yeah, we need to stop that.
We need everybody to stop simping for Elon Musk.
He's not good.
He's not good.
Listen,
He's a bad man.
When you're talking about the people who want to colonize space and put brain implants in our bodies right now, you're talking about Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. And those are two people who are known for mistreating their own workers. Do you really want to go to another planet and be trapped on another planet? The person who makes their employees pee bottles.
The answer should be no. If you have not heard the song Rat by Penelope Scott about Elon Musk, it's excellent. 10, I would recommend. Now, we don't simp for any billionaires in this house. We don't.
We do not simp for billionaires.
The new Diabolic knows it.
We don't do it. We don't simp for billionaires. We don't for large corporations.
We certainly don't. So he's Lex Luthor.
I mean, they both are.
Yeah.
They both are. And
Tom got it.
remember when we
That's
thought,
exactly it.
like, comparing Bezos to Luthor is
Luthor.
definitely, like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
They're all Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah, I mean
Bezos,
the
the Beezy's got the
Beezy's
bald,
uncanny,
and he does have he's got that $100 million yacht that he keeps saying isn't his. He keeps saying he doesn't own the Flying Fox. We know you own the Flying Fox. He's got so many layers. Elon Musk. Elon Musk, like, he used to be compared to Tony Stark.
Yeah.
He's the real life Tony Stark, and then we're like, oh no, he's not.
Oh no, he's not.
Oh no, he's not.
Oh no, he's not the good guy.
It's like he's Tony Stark if Mysterio from Spider-Man was correct about Tony Stark.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where Mysterio is like, he built it all on our knowledge, and he's an idiot, and he did terrible things with it, and so we're going to get
right.
That's
Griffin in the live studio audience brings up Bill Gates is good though. No. Bill Gates is not in the category of Elon Musk and the Beezy.
No, but he used to be worse.
Yes.
Like, we have to remember that we are seeing Bill Gates now after an extensive clean up your image campaign that he ran in the late 90s, early 2000s after being a shark and a bastard for his entire life. What we're seeing now, an old guy who very bad for what he did.
Which he did. And
Which
he's
should.
slowly giving away massive amounts of that wealth, but he is still a billionaire. So, like, not giving it fast enough. You know what I mean? Any one of these people have the ability to literally end multiple massive crises in the world by themselves and still have more money than they'll ever need. So,
Self-aware can opener says Bill Gates is why vaccines from Oxford aren't free. That's correct. Lots of kittens says practices selective philanthropy. Correct.
I
Very
grew up
selective.
as a nerd girl. I grew up for Melinda Gates so hard. I looked at the Gates Foundation. I looked at the technology, and I was like, oh my God.
Did you have the Tiger Beat Bill Gates poster up on your...
I was not a normal teenager. Okay. I understand that it was, but I simped for Bill Gates so hard. Until I understood that all money is evil. No, I was too for that one.
You didn't have these?
No, he was a lot older than that when I was a kid.
You never...
What if? If that was when I was a teenager, 1,000%.
It's literally him to do...
If that was in magazines when I was 14, 15, that 100% would have been on my wall.
It was literally his response to, like, a picture of Steve Jobs that is literally... fine. That is literally just Steve Jobs, like, casually posing, because Steve Jobs was like
a cool guy,
a hot, charismatic guy.
Yeah.
Not a good person. Very bad.
Yes. I also simped really hard for Steve Jobs.
If you're going to be anybody's daughter, not to be Steve Jobs' daughter.
Yeah.
is something we learned.
Yeah.
But this was like Bill Gates very self-aware.
Yes. Those were my heroes as a kid. And that is really sad. And that's about how we communicate what goals and success should be to kids and teens. I agree with lots of kids. You don't get to be a billionaire without exploiting the process. You don't.
That's true.
Billionaires shouldn't exist.
Exploit a system to become a billionaire. That's the
Billionaires
only way
shouldn't exist.
Otherwise, many people would be billionaires. Anyway, Elon Musk is hosting Saturday Night Live, and boy, is he going to make all the jokes about himself.
Yep.
And all of the Elon Musk Simpson stans are going to love it.
Are our mics out? That's odd. Think of the whole just it.
Choppy mic.
What happened? We're spottiness.
Oh no, strobing sound.
Did that just start? Okay, that sounds better.
What sounds better?
Gatsby said it sounds better.
Clipping in and
everyone
out.
else saying clipping in and out. Ah, better now? No, it's been the last 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Oh my God, should I have checked the mod chat? Did someone?
10 minutes?
No. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, I just should have checked the mod chat.
Okay, now it's better?
Okay, well.
All right, cool. We didn't do
Maybe
anything.
a cable came loose or something.
Yeah.
I like pushed my cable in.
Oh, all right.
I don't know.
Great.
All right, well we're almost
fixed.
done anyways. We only got a few more minutes. It's almost 9:30.
It's almost 9:30.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you all. They're like, we didn't want to interrupt.
I love it. That's very cute. I love that.
You're all very
Thank you.
cute, and we love you, BBs. You're good BBs.
Two pieces of Marvel news. The first one is probably something that we all saw coming, but it was officially announced. Malcolm Spellman, the showrunner for Falcon and Winter Soldier, will be directing Captain America 4. We know that's happening. I don't want to spoil too much Falcon and Winter Soldier stuff, but there you go. If you've been watching the show, that's pretty obvious. Number 2, and this one is the important one.
Okay, and this was... Okay, again, this gave teenage Saige everything, who also simped hard for Boston Dynamics.
Hey, that Groot is a free walking robot.
We talked recently about how
That's
I
a
love
Groot
Asimo
walking.
and shit. Like he's not... No one's...
That's Groot. You can tell because he says so. He says, I am Groot.
But look at this with it. Now this is the part that I'm into. I want to see it walking around like that in the park.
I mean, I've been to that office.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I mean...
Was this walking around?
No, other things were happening. But this is cool.
This is so cool.
This is cool. Now,
I love robots.
there are Gatsby in the live studio audience is saying, I wonder why they didn't go with Rocket. And I'll tell you why. People expect Rocket to talk.
Yep.
People expect Rocket to converse with them.
Yep.
Groot only needs to say one thing.
Right. Anything. Any response to anything.
He can say it in 4 different ways.
Right. I am Groot.
Like if you've ever spoken to Kylo at the park, or you've ever spoken to one of the troopers, you can see them working their controller.
And I have. Kylo talked to me and I went, stop.
He walked by me and I immediately went down like this and I went Supreme Leader, and he was like into it. Although you can't call him Supreme Leader at the park because he's technically not the Supreme Leader yet in continuity there.
I said, oh no, Kylo.
Oh no, Kylo, please don't take me away. This is so cool. We know that there's a Spider-Man robot that can swing and land.
Mm-hmm.
They've been working on so many things.
Yes, they have.
For the last few years. We know that there's more and more coming to Galaxy's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
We saw somebody mention in the live studio audience that there was a bunch of stuff that was left on the cutting room floor, but there's also a bunch of stuff that's still in the works. And they are really going ham with this fucking technology. they are going insane with it. And when I say ham, I mean give me spider ham.
I know. Right. I know people are like, hey, this is kind of dystopian. Should we be scared?
Yes.
Probably. But also...
Well, here's where we should be scared. We should certainly be scared of like Boston Dynamics, the military, when Microsoft sells AR headsets to the army, all that stuff. Disney make a Groot. And as long as Disney doesn't sell that tech to the military, we know what Disney's going to use it for. They're going to make a Groot. You know?
Right, exactly.
It's the least dystopian version of this.
Yes.
There are other more dystopian uses that are already in effect.
Right.
I think we can have a little Groot as a treat in the middle of our dystopia.
Roaming droids at Galaxy's Edge. Yes, I want that.
Roaming
yes,
droids.
I want that.
I think, can I be honest? I think what they're worried about is like, because you remember in that initial video they had like mouse droids going around?
Yeah.
I think they're worried about people kicking them and tripping them. You know, there's some 13-year-old who sneaks their fucking swag weed into fucking Disneyland and thinks they're the coolest and is gonna kick a mouse droid just to show their friends they're cool.
I want it to have the ability to
back.
hit him back. I want that kid to just have the absolute moment of shock when that theme park robot hits him back.
No,
people or just screams.
It should have the little mouse droid thing. Yeah, the little.
Yep. Or just.
So so two things. People in chat are saying do the gonk droid. A gonk droid's the perfect size.
Yeah, gonk droid's a good size.
And number two, the R2 Builders Club. They know me now, like they recognize me, and when they see me coming, they all make their R2s do the scream because they know I can't hear it without giggling uncontrollably. I think it's the funniest sound in the history of time.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious every time R2 goes, wow! I'm just like...
Yeah, why did he do that? Why was that a thing?
Why would he make that
noise?
Why would he make that? Why would you program that into a robot?
I love it.
It can only do what it's programmed to do.
Yeah.
Why would you program it to scream
like
that?
Yes, we give him responsive beeps that tell you a little bit about how he's feeling. And I'm so sorry to my downstairs neighbor this morning.
Oh, God, it's so good. But this Groot is very good. Theme parks are going to get wild in the next 20 years. And it's going to be really interesting when income disparity makes it so none of us can go to them. The John Wick TV show has some details now. Okay. Lionsgate released a bunch of details about their streaming and television plans over the next year or two. And it turns out that the John Wick series is exactly what it was rumored to be, which is a prequel called The Continental, which will be about a young Winston, the owner of the Continental, creating the hotel in 1970s New York. This will be about a group of assassins coming together to make the hotel for assassins. But who will make the hotel for dogs?
Good question.
Who will allow Dunstan to check in?
Build it and they will come.
Ian McShane says that he will not be involved with the series. He will not be appearing on camera. He might do some VO. Mm-hmm. It might be a young Sheldon. It might be a young...
Or a How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, it might be. No, I like to think of it as a young Sheldon. It will be a young Sheldon where Ian McShane narrates, and whoever plays the young Winston will be... Anyway.
I'm not a John Wick person. I don't really enjoy the John Wick movies. They're not for me.
The world of John Wick, this weird, heightened anime video game world they've created.
Yes.
Where about 50% of the people in the world are assassins.
Fun. I like that idea.
And the idea of this hotel for the assassins and these weird gold coins that they pay in.
Yeah.
That's all very cool to me.
I agree.
I do love that.
Yes.
By the end of the second John Wick, though, you're like, okay, raise your hand if you're not an assassin. Is anybody in this Starbucks not an assassin?
Yeah.
Because you should probably leave.
Right.
because it's assassin time.
Yes, I enjoy that very much. But like while I'm actively watching, I'm going to be honest with you, I am straight up not having a good time.
I think the second one gets a little cartoony in a way that starts to be fun, and the third one is just bonkers. Just absolute bonkers. And they did announce that the fourth one is coming, and that Keanu Reeves is executive producer now, which means at least 3 more are coming. Because as an actor, you want to get yourself to a point where you're so indispensable to something and it's so successful that they have to give you that title.
Yeah.
And then once they give you that title, you want to hold on to it. Because that's the money title.
Yep.
But anyway, the Continental's coming. Young Winston, how it came to be that he and his team of Confederates found their way into this hotel. I don't want to give away any more, but Starz has really leaned into this take too. They have excellent collaborators. The first season is 3 90-minute episodes.
Okay.
That I like.
Yeah.
I like that it's going to be seasons of 3 movies.
I'm intrigued.
It's Sherlock style, but
Yes.
before Sherlock went bad.
And I wonder if in this they'll get like, okay, to me, John Wick exists in the same area as Fast and the Furious in my brain.
Oh, for sure.
It's the same audience because it's just how ridiculous can we get with this? But theirs is violence.
John Wick, I think also John Wick fans probably think it's the thinking man's action franchise.
Yeah.
Where Fast and Furious fans just think action franchise.
Yes.
Like,
No thinking.
They don't think they're smarter.
Right.
No winkles.
No winkles.
Brain smooth, no winkles. They're like, we're going in to have fun together.
Yeah.
But I think John Wick fans think that John Wick is thinky.
Yeah. And I don't feel like it's actually thinky at all. I think it's how impressively violent can we be? And like, that's fine. I don't have an issue with it.
I think they're very stylistically directed and cleverly directed.
Yeah.
And they do invert some tropes
Yeah.
and do some interesting things with your expectations. Chuck Wendig and I did a little season of our old podcast about the first episode or the first John Wick movie. And there's some clever stuff in there.
Right.
But I don't like anything that's a franchise built around the fans thinking they're smarter than other people.
Yeah, fair.
That's all.
So it's a franchise that's not for me, though. If there was a series that expanded upon like the world and the lore a little more and wasn't just like, can we shove a book through someone's face?
Yeah.
I might enjoy that.
And the answer is you can shove a book through someone's face. And also, they do begin to explore the lore a little bit more in 2 and 3.
Yeah, I saw them all.
Yeah.
What I didn't see was the dog scene.
Oh, you got to skip that scene.
I did.
Yeah, you got to skip that.
I had somebody
It's
that
rough.
skipped it for me when I watched them the first time.
It's
I saw
rough.
3 in theaters. I saw the first 2 before I saw it in theaters. And they skipped the dog scene for me because I wouldn't have watched. They knew I wouldn't watch the rest if I had watched it. I would have tapped out.
It was tough to go on.
Yeah. So anyways,
Anyway.
let's end on a slightly lighter note than the dog scene.
Sure. Now listen. We don't buy useless stuff.
Never.
We don't. We're not part of hypebeast pre-order culture.
Absolutely not.
We don't.
What even is StockX?
We don't do that. What is GOAT? You know what I mean? I don't own that app. I'm not on the antisocial social club mailing list. It's fine. We don't buy useless things is what I'm getting at.
Oh God. The thing is frozen again.
But
You have to pull it up on yours because it is frozen.
But
what?
look at that.
That's a pretty good statue. Look, go to the second picture.
Look at that.
I like the second picture.
This is first 4 figures. This is the pre-order for their Breath of the Wild Link. I do have the Wind Waker boat figure.
Yes, he does.
Now,
it's huge.
Yeah, something that you need to know about first 4 figures is when they say figures, they mean statue.
The boat, I mean, your boat is like...
It's huge. I have the boat on, I have the King of Red Lions on like my kitchen counter. And you know, I've got one of those like kitchen counters where it's open and you can see from the kitchen into the living room. Except you can't see from the kitchen into the living room anymore. because the King of Red Lions takes up too much space. When the box showed up, I started cackling uncontrollably because I was like, is this what I ordered? There are 4 statues coming. The first is Link. The second is, of course, Princess Standard British Accent. That's pretty cool.
I think that looks great. I would like both.
Really good.
I think if you're gonna get one though, you gotta have like the duo.
You gotta have both of them up.
You gotta have both of them up.
You gotta have. Listen, if you're gonna get one, you might as well get both. But, hey, we do a show on this channel called Failed Save, where I play a real egotistical burb. I play a bird that is so full of himself, and I would be lying to you if I said I didn't take a little bit of Rivali to do that.
Wow. You should probably have that. That's too much.
Look at that Rivali. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, that's a good statue.
Ooh, that's good.
$109.99.
That's the collector's edition. And then there is the standard edition. Standard edition has a couple fewer props, and the base doesn't light up.
Oh, yeah, the base is real good on the collectors.
Now, I don't have the collector's edition of the King of Red Lions either. If you have the collector's edition of the King of Red Lions, the ocean lights up. And I was like, why would the ocean light up?
Yeah, that's odd.
So I didn't get it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Alana Pierce was like, I got the collector's edition. And I was like, is it cool? Did I miss out? She's like, no, you didn't miss out. I never turned it on.
That's the thing is I don't think I would use any of the light up things. I like that like thicker base. I liked that aesthetically. But also, Son of Orpheus said, chirp wishes. I love that mod. Shade coming Chirp's way. Yeah.
I mean, it's true. Rivali
Chirp
talks
could
the
never.
talk and backs it up. That's
Chirp
the thing.
could never.
Rivali's like, I am the greatest champion, and Rivali is the greatest champion. It's just annoying that he's the greatest champion.
And hey, while we're talking about failed save,
Yeah.
we made a big special announcement the other day.
Failed save's over.
Failed save comes back on May 14th.
One of us always tells the truth, and one of us always lies.
Make your choice. We did a special event last Friday. That was only 2.5 days ago. That's very weird.
No, that was
like
3 weeks ago.
We did a one night only where we answered your questions. We talked about the show. We recapped. We mostly talked about the last episode because there was so much to talk about. And we announced that you are getting a new season of Failed Save on May 14th.
The week before that, on May 7th, we're grabbing all of the DMs from the channel.
Yes, we are.
And getting together and doing a little panel talking about how to DM things.
Yeah, another opportunity to ask some questions, but not just about Failed Save, but about the game and about maybe some games that you're running and some advice that you would like from them. We got a lot of really talented DMs, fortunately, for you.
We, of course, have Vince.
Yes, of course.
Our DM for Failed Save. But then we also have Rachel Seeley.
We do. We have Kaylee Bray.
We have, we've got Abria as well.
Yes, we do.
Goodness.
Yeah, Abria Yangar is going to be also talking to you. And again, Abria was invited to Failed Save because she ran the most ridiculous game on the planet for me. She ran a game of demigods where everybody was bananas. And she's one of those people that was running a game, and I was just sitting there like, how? She's excellent. They're all excellent. So
we're all getting together at the usual Failed Save time. So it's a great way to get back into the habit of watching Failed Save. It's going to be Friday the 7th at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. And then the next week on the 14th, Failed Save's back.
We're back, BBs.
We're back, BBs.
Very exciting. People are asking, literally bananas? Yes, literally bananas. And hey, do you want to support the show?
Oh.
I don't know. If you want to, if you like this, we do this 3 days a week. It is an entirely independent channel. No one pays us to do this. So Patreon helps the show keep functioning. Any donations that come in during the show help us to eat breakfast and lunch during the show, basically after the show.
You can think about when you put an emoji in the Irish coffee cup, That goes directly to me and Saige and people who work on this show proper. The Patreon supports all of Pixel Circus and every show that gets made and gets you some fun bonus extras.
Yeah.
If you want some fun bonus extras. And who doesn't?
And we love you and appreciate you so much for doing it. There are also so many ways that you can support the show. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to Patreon. You don't have to donate.
Money's weird.
Money is weird, and we understand that it is evil.
It's just a construct, man.
It is. So you being here, you spending your mornings with us, that is the number one thing that you can do, and we are so aware of how valuable that is. So thank you for that. You can also share the show. If you like it, you can tell people about it on Twitter. You can make a clip. You could share a clip.
We love it when you make a clip.
We do. It helps us out a lot. Any kind of just fun support for the show on social media. Makes our hearts happy.
Makes our hearts happy. If you make a GIF, I light up inside. I light up like a special edition first four figure.
He does.
I do. I'm like, ooh, I'm a GIF.
He really does. So you can make that happen. You're all wonderful. Let's thank some of the people that supported us today.
Of course. Ronan Monkey.
With all his distraction bits.
All the distraction bits today. Thank you for those. Salty Potato follow. Ratrosphere, thank you for the follow. Tatter0922. BBW.
No.
BBW. Now, you don't want me to read that one?
No.
Okay. Son of Orpheus. Hafner Austin. 54 Aqua Snakes. 69 bits. Nice. Ronan Monkey with more distraction bits. Kurt with the donation of $10. Alonzo with 56 bits for distractions. You're all, I don't know what to think of any of you. Asharks5 with the follow. Big Eyes 23. MSF Jarvis. Allen 12334 GGDZEA. Barden Barbarian with the resub. Thank you so much. MMR Leviathan. Lee Green Griffin with the resub. 4 months, blown out 1/3 of a candle, says Lee Green Griffin.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for it. Thank you all
BBs
for following, subscribing, and donating during the show. We really appreciate it. You're beautiful, unwavering bands of light.
Where can they find you on the internet if they want to see more of Anthony?
Oh, they can try. They can fucking try. And usually the best place to try is at Carboni on everything except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. Also, every Friday, I've got a science comedy podcast with Jeff Kanata called We Have Concerns. That is very, very good. So listen to it. It's at wehaveconcerns.com. Saige, where can they find you?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. I stream on my channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, which means I'll be live tonight playing games. We do a lot of community stuff and just chatting, spending time together. And you can also find me this afternoon and currently every Monday afternoon on the Smosh Games channel for Bored AF. That'll be live at 3 p.m. Pacific. Today we are playing Exist, and it's one of my favorite cute party games. So come and join us. There's some weird things in store that I get to plan. If something weird happens on Bored AF, it's my fault. So come and join us for that.
Usually if something weird happens and Sage is in the room, it's Sage's fault.
That's fair. You can also find me every Thursday on the Dungeons & Dragons Twitch and YouTube channels for the Black Dice Society. And here on this channel all the damn time. All the damn time. So much. We do this show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We got tabletop on the weekends. We got podcasts.
There's so many things.
There's so much content. So you're cool. We love you, BBs.
We love you, BBs. Bye.
And we will see you on Wednesday. Bye.
Bye, BBs.